Oh, god damn it, Sena. Cancel! Fuck Sena. Say a command. Say a command. Say a command. Which way are we going? Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot. Alright, bear with me while I do an intro. Yo, what up, guys? I'm back, and I'm with my buddy Dan the Man. I'm done. No, that was fucking awful. It's easier when you're like riding with someone that has like a YouTube or something, because you'd be like, yeah, I'm here with like I Gargle Cox 27. Oh god, no, I will never call myself an influencer. Fuck that. That is the stupidest thing ever. Yeah, that's different. I'm not an influencer on the internet. And no, I convinced you with data, knowledge, and just pure annoyance to make you get an Italian motorcycle. Alright, hey guys, I'm back, and I'm riding with my buddy Dan. He just got a 2016 Aprilia Tuono, which is a pretty beast motorcycle. So we're out just cruising a boot. It's pretty nice out for being in the middle of November. Yeah, I'm probably going to talk about the Cardo versus the Sena and my opinions on that, because I've ridden with both. I had this Cardo for probably a couple months now, and I've had the Sena 30K for like a year or 2 years, so I think it'd be a good idea to go over that and kind of see which one's better. Dude, we're the V4 squad. Alright, so today I was trying to pair up my Cardo packtalk Bold with Dan Boy back there, and he has a Sena 30K. And I have to tell you, it was kind of a frustrating experience. They say that all you have to do is basically just put both of them in the mobile Bluetooth device mode, and they'll pair up. But using the app, using the instructions that came with the Cardo, looking up videos, I mean, I might just be dumb, which is seriously a possibility. Like, I totally could be a possibility, but like, it was not working out well for either of us. And yeah, so that was kind of a pain. So, I mean, if you have either one of these devices, and your buddy or whoever has another, like, brand, it's not going to be easy to connect them, at least in my experience. So I'm going to start off talking about the Cardo. I actually really like the way it looks. It's a lot smaller. If you listen to, or if you watch my unboxing video, I compare the sizes of the Sena 30K to the Cardo packtalk Bold. A lot smaller, it's a lot thinner. It's a lot lighter just because of those reasons, and it just on the inside it's much more compact. The speakers are bigger, but they're thinner, and so I like those benefits of the Cardo, honestly. Like, those are really good sides of the piece. But personally, I don't know if it's just that I'm more familiar with the Sena system over the Cardo, but I find the Sena much easier to use. I don't really have any difficulties like remembering what I need to press, how long I need to press it, all those things. The Sena just kind of seems to come more naturally to me. So I'd probably say that, at least with my helmet, the R1200, the install for them are both pretty similar. I will say that with the Sena 30K, you have to use like little, I guess like spacers between the headphone inserts in my helmet to actually get them to fit properly and flush. The Cardo doesn't need that though. Their speakers just fit perfectly in there. So that is kind of nice. There's no extra like material or anything, and occasionally the Sena's speakers will bump into my ears, but I think that was because my adhesive was getting old and I needed to replace it anyway. Probably the next biggest noticeable difference is the different dial wheels that they have. So Cardo's is like a little scroll wheel like on your mouse, so you scroll it back and forth. Sena's is an actual dial. And I know the reason why Cardo went with the scroll wheel is because they're much smaller, they're more compact, they kind of needed to. They didn't have the room that Sena had to make a full-size dial. But I do prefer the dial better. I'm not sure what it is about it. I think it's just easier to find for me, especially wearing gloves. Also, when I'm wearing my winter gloves, which are much bulkier than the ones I'm wearing, it's so much easier to find because I can actually feel it and move it around. With the Cardo, I always felt like the scroll wheel was just kind of part of the mount or something that it wasn't actually, and I'd like move my hands past it. The Sena, I find, is much easier to just grab and go, and you just know it's where everything is. Now the mic differences between the two are actually pretty different. Sena uses like a long, solid mic where you can kind of bend it to stay in place where you want it. Cardo has, it's just a wired mic, and then you put like a Velcro pad on the inside of your helmet, like right in the chin area, and you just Velcro it to that. So again, Cardo's back with the whole more compact, less material, which I do have to give them props. It is pretty awesome. I mean, the less on your helmet, the better, honestly, especially as a moto vlogger where I got a GoPro on it. Then I have the, you know, Sena's kind of bulky, so there's a little more weight there. It just adds up, and you don't really notice it until you're like looking down at your phone with your helmet on and your neck is like about to snap off. Cancel! Cancel! Fuck you, Sena. Alright, another point with Sena that actually really gets on my nerves is the fact that the voice commands jump in during your intercom sessions all the time. Or if you're just moto vlogging like me, because I'm a nerd. Sena will always just be like, say a command, say a command, say a command, over and over and over again. And it gets really annoying when you're trying to talk to someone and it just cuts all your audio out because it thinks you say, I don't even know what the phrase is. It thinks you say Sena or whatever, and it's obnoxious. So I have to give it that. Cardo does kind of have a one-up. Their voice command seems to actually function, unlike Sena, but I never really use the voice commands on either of them anyway because, well, I usually just set everything up before I leave and just deal with what I have to deal with or pull over if I have to change something, because I'm not real good at multitasking. So another difference between the two headsets is that the Sena actually has a click-on mount to the attachment to your helmet. So it has a quick release button where you just press it and you can slide it off. And I feel like I feel like that's more safe to me because it's just, maybe it's the sound of the click, like it's a noticeable click. It just feels more secure. The Cardo, you just kind of slip in and it has like a plastic tab that sits onto the Cardo and just kind of holds it in place. And it always kind of made me feel a little woozy about it. I don't know, that's probably not the right word, but just a little nervous about it. It just didn't seem like super secure. And to put another thing on top of that, the way that it actually mounts to your helmet is it's just a clip. You just slide it between the outer shell of your helmet, and it just kind of pinches itself onto your helmet. So it's not held in or anything like the Sena, where you actually have two bolts that you tighten down and it pinches it to the helmet, which I just feel is more secure. Granted, the Cardo never shifted, it never moved around, I never had an issue with it falling, but I don't know, for ease of mind, kind of the same thing with me in RAM mounts. I don't really like my phone just chilling on something in front of me. I'd rather have it in my pocket or my backpack. I just feel like it's more secure. So yeah, just kind of, if that doesn't bother you, then like, fuck it, ignore me. But it bothered me, and I'm sure it probably makes other people nervous if they're as anxiety ridden as I am. It's yeah, kind of minor, but definitely two big differences between the two. So I think this will be my last point on the differences between the Sena and the Cardo. There's the audio clarity and the difference between the two. I do have to say the Cardo's a little bit louder, I don't really notice too much of a difference between the quality of the talking or the audio, like intercom between another person and you, or just like the radio. I don't know the huge difference between quality or like whether one's more fuzzy or the other. But the volume does get louder on the Cardo, but I mean the Sena is also pretty loud. Like I don't really need to have it any louder than it already is, unless I'm wearing like earplugs. But both of them, you can hear their music or your phone call through the earplugs just fine. They get loud enough for that, or when you're on the highway. Alright, so like it's not really a huge difference. I mean, unless you just want to say you have bigger headphones, then fine, go for it. Or speakers, not headphones, bigger speakers, go for it. But I mean, shouldn't be a breaking point between the two. So in summary for this video, I'd say that just get whichever one you want, honestly. The pros and cons between the two really don't make too much of a difference on the quality of the product you're getting. If you're a Cardo fanboy, go with the Cardo. If you're a Sena fanboy, go with the Sena. Or if you're looking into getting a headset for your first time, see what your friends are using or see what your friends are interested in, and then look for whatever's on sale, because honestly, you're not really going to notice much of a difference, because the majority of people using headsets, they're not using them to talk to 20 or 30 other people. They're using them to talk to maybe 2 or 3 other people. So whatever's cheaper at the time, whatever you feel more comfortable with. If you want a smaller, lighter one, go with the Cardo. Or if you want something, in my opinion, that's a little easier to use, go with the Sena. That about sums it up for today. Probably a shorter video, but make sure you leave a like, hit that subscribe button, because I really appreciate the support. Also leave a comment on which ones you use. Do you use the Cardo, do you use the Sena, or do you use a third party, like a totally different one that I'm not aware of? I'd like to hear what people are using for headsets. Alright guys, peace.